Good evening. This is the Change. And tonight we're talking about John Kerry, not Jim Carrey, but John Kerry. And I got to say, why the long face, John? But apparently he met with the Pope and told the Pope that American Catholics are deeply concerned about the climate crisis. I just feel like that's how John Kerry talks. Deeply concerned about the climate crisis. You know, I also married the Heinz lady. But clearly, I have animosity towards John Kerry. This whole climate issue is easily debunked by a number of intelligent men, way more intelligent than myself. It's all about control. The whole climate thing is about control. What would you think would be a good solution for if there's too much CO2 in the air? If there's too much carbon in the air, what would be your suggestion? Well, here's mine. Plant a tree. Is that a wacko idea? Is that wacky? Planting a tree? Because see, trees eat carbon monoxide, and then they put off oxygen. Did you know that the Sahara Desert is the greenest it's been in like 100,000 years? It's because the carbon monoxide in the air is helping the greenery grow. Then you have these, Greta Thunberg types that go around, oh, we're all going to die in 10 years. But I believe it was Warren Buffett who said it's the biggest scam in history. He said, if the oceans were going to rise 10 feet, do you think these big banks would be giving out 30-year loans on properties that are below sea level? London, London would be underwater if the seas rose 10 feet. London. So it's easily debunkable, but John Kerry, big World Economic Forum member, big old Climate Czar. That's his job, is to go around and pump people full of lies, to get them to sign on to this, donate to that, take this money. They are trying to do everything to make this a socialist country, a communist country. You see, with the whole green thing, the first step, the first policy, the first thing Biden signed off on. I'll find my words eventually. I get all hyped up when I'm talking about climate change. The first thing Biden did was shut off the Keystone pipeline. He stopped drilling here, stopped drilling there, made more regulations here, made more regulations there. So he screwed up our entire energy independence. Trump had us energy independent. We were supporting ourselves. Biden has sold our reserves. We had emergency reserves. He sold that. He took some out and divvied it out to Americans so he could lower the gas prices when they were skyrocketing around November of 22 because he wanted people not to vote for Republicans. Dirty dude. He's a dirty dude. But in the meantime, he's cutting off our energy independence while his son is making money from Ukrainian energy companies. You see how it's all like just jade ball stuff? People worried about Trump, and you've got this dude in office. If you support Joe Biden, you're not paying attention. It's a fact. It's a fact. But John Kerry specifically, his whole job is to go around and sell this pipe dream of climate disaster, whatever they call it, because it's called something else every week. Oh my God, it's the biggest. Oh my God, we're all gonna die. No, we're not. Nah, we're not. But it's a way that they can put more shackles on you, more chains, more chains. They want a social credit score, social credit score with everything connected. If you didn't get the vaccine, okay, if you have a vaccine passport, right? Say you didn't get the vaccine, okay? You didn't get the vaccine. Well, you don't have that stamp on your on your license. And you go to the license bureau to renew your license. Oh, you didn't get the shot. Sorry, you can't drive. What? I need to drive to work. Sorry, got to get the shot. Oh, you want to get on the plane? Sorry, you didn't get the shot. Okay, that's the vaccine part of it. Okay, let me take it another step. Your carbon footprint. Okay, it says here that you bought 4 tanks of gas this month. You're only allowed 3. No more gas. Matter of fact, since you bought 4 tanks of gas this month, we're going to cut the utilities off in your house. What do you mean? You can't do that. Oh yeah. Your carbon footprint is too big. Got to do it. Sorry. Uh, um, you've eaten 5 steaks this month. That's too much. We've got to fine you. Or they want everybody to drive electric vehicles, so they'll just shut off your utilities and you won't be able to charge your car to go to work. This is you think I'm nutty for saying all of this? I'm not just making it up. All of these things, I'm using fictional references. Obviously, nobody had 5 steaks a month or whatever. But you know what I'm getting at. That is their goal. Even though the mainstream media won't tell you, that is their goal. I have a challenge for you. Turn on CNN right now, whatever hour of the day. If you have cable television, turn on CNN. I bet you $5 they're talking about Donald Trump. $5. They're either talking about Donald Trump or they are making Joe Biden seem like he's a savior. He just signed some $700 billion deal to do some climate something in California. So they might be talking about that. They might be going on a break from talking about Trump 24 hours a day. But it's all just a mirage, a pipe dream. Oh, we created 1 million new jobs and we're going to save humanity because me and Gavin Newsom walked the boardwalk in Los Lobos or wherever the heck he's at in California. I don't remember. Palo Alto. But I'm going to read this story. It'll make you sick. But I think the Pope's playing ball with the World Economic Forum already. So, whoa, big shocker that he's buddying up with old John Kerry. This is from, I think it's the Post Millennial, right? American News. John Kerry tells Pope U.S. Catholics are deeply concerned about climate change. Are you? Are you deeply concerned? Kerry claimed that many Catholics in the U.S. were deeply concerned about the issue. This is from Jared Yeager. The Biden administration's special presidential envoy for climate, John Kerry, told reporters following a visit to the Vatican that Pope Francis was open to the idea of attending the upcoming UN Climate Summit, COP28, set to take place in Dubai this December. Kerry, a devout Catholic, it says. Kerry, a devout Catholic. I beg to differ. Met with the Pontifex on Monday to discuss a number of issues related to the environment. As Crooks Now reports, he pushed the idea that combating climate change was a responsibility of the religious and urged more faith leaders to step up and preach to their flock about taking action. John Kerry doesn't need to be telling anybody what they need to preach about. He needs to go to confessional, is what he needs to do, Mr. Devout Catholic. Quote, is there any indication that the Pope might go to the next COP? A reporter asked. Quote, I think he's open to it, Kerry replied. Quote, we didn't spend a lot of time on that, but he was clearly talking about potential future options. And let's see what happens. Kerry went on to suggest that the Vatican and the Pope have, quote, remarkable leverage when it comes to combating climate change, quote, because he has constantly been an outspoken and engaged advocate on this issue. He believes it very deeply. Oh, you're so cool and tight with the Pope, huh? Quote, he's very troubled by where we are and where we are not, and where we should be, the former Secretary of State continued. I think he's thinking about ways he could continue to have an impact on it. Is that what you think he's thinking, Kerry? Why are they telling us what Kerry thinks the Pope thinks? I don't like it. Kerry explained that he believed religious leaders were integral in getting more people involved in fighting climate change, suggesting the issue goes to the heart of morality, of individual responsibility for others and for Mother Earth. He didn't come up with that. One of his little young people that just got out of college came up with that little gem. Creation care is very much a live theory of Christian and other responsibilities, so I don't think you can fulfill your obligations without taking care of the planet into consideration, he added, noting that many Catholics in the U.S. were deeply concerned about the issue. I don't know where he gets his information at. In 2022, the Holy See signed on to the Paris Agreement and the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, the first in what Kerry said he hoped would be a number of moves by the Pope to use his position to promote change. While jetting around the world as Biden's climate czar, Kerry has pushed for dramatic readjustments that would impact the lives of everyday Americans. You want me to tell you how it would impact the lives of everyday Americans? Well, for one, they will when they sneak this either they'll call it um, carbon ID or vaccine ID, or it'll all be merged with the central bank digital currency, right? So when I was talking about them cutting off your utilities and you wouldn't be able to drive your car and You won't be able to renew your license. You also won't be able to get into your bank account. You also won't be able to pay your phone bill. You also won't be able to buy food. You probably won't be able to buy food anyway because the goal is to put all of the farmers out of business so they can make all the food. And then we'll have Pfizer Cheerios and Pfizer milk. You want to drink some Pfizer milk? I don't. Sounds gross. You know, Pfizer, them guys. S- Yeah, I said it. But the more you learn about the climate, see, there is a quick and easy fix for energy because we need energy. America needs energy. You cannot destroy the infrastructure we have, and we have had since we became industrialized. You cannot destroy the infrastructure we have until you have another one in place that is reliable. The wind farms, the solar farms, I think they produce like 1% of energy in California. I don't quote me on that because I could be wrong, but it's some crazy number. You know what I mean? I don't even think it's a whole 1%. Honestly, I don't believe it is. I should have looked that up, but I didn't. But you can. See, if I show you everything, and then somebody can say, oh, that guy, he's full of it. But if you can be like, and then pull it up, like, look. But we had a good infrastructure going. And then the whole Green New Deal and the Paris Accords and the this and the that and the that and the this and the this and the that and that. And they always call it something else, fancy schmancy and the Build Back Better and they call it something stupider and stupider every time. The Saving Babies program. Yeah, that's what you're doing, saving babies. Well, 32 million to Russian taxidermists and 55 billion to Chinese uh, security agencies. I'm being hyperbolic, I know. It's about that time for me to get hyperbolic. But I'm going to keep dropping little tidbits about John Kerry in the next week. So stay tuned because I'm going to blow you away. I promise you. If you watch all of the videos, I'll set them up in order. And this man, he is connected. He has been connected and he's up there and he ain't alone. Follow me because I'm going to walk you down. I'm not even going to call it a rabbit hole. I'm going to walk you down a fairway that leads you straight to John Kerry and his dirty deeds. This has been the change, and I am the deafened hearer. Thank you.